What's happening, family? We doing a live taping, Keys Radio, New York City live. Yeah, shout out to Micro Boost. I see you in the building. Peace, family. I'm feeling good, doing good. We about to get some questions rolling in a second. Listen, Keys Radio is different. We'll have a link down there for you. Keys Radio, you'll be able to, tap in on a daily wake up. We will be looking for sponsors for Keys Radio. Basically, we're going to have, an episode every single day. It's going to be audio. So therefore, as you hit up on a wake up, you can tap into the Keys Radio, get the daily thoughts or the daily keys, right? The daily, the world thoughts or whatever is going on in the news, whether it's in science, whether it's in hip hop, whatever it is, you want to get that activation, get my thoughts on it, right? And then that daily keys are just that inspirational thought of the day as you wake up. So, especially going into 2024, you tapping into them daily keys every single day, you're going to see your life transform. That should be the first thing that you wake up to. You feel me? So if y'all have information, y'all got questions, we're going to have a place where y'all can send y'all questions. If you have news that you want to tap into, boom. So in order to be a sponsor, you have to send us over something at 19keys at 19keys.com. So let us know. I will start this. I'm going to give y'all a secret, man. I'm going to give y'all a secret to having your email answer faster. And I promise you this works across the board. This works for just about any and everybody. Right. First of all, it's sponsored by Smart Moss. You take one of these, then your brain is like a brain Viagra pill. You know what I mean? Your brain feel like it's down. Take one of these and you be up. Boom. Sometimes people be mentally limp. This is mental libido. So here's the game. Hold up, we go crush them with the game real quick. And I'm telling you, I promise this works for anybody. Right. So the type of sponsors we need it depends on you. We want to have, if you want to have your brand in connection with our brand, so every single day as we wake up, you can pay for a month, 2 month slots, 3 month slots, right? Maybe just a few episodes, because we plan on getting millions of downloads per month, right? So if your brand needs more visibility, if you want more people to know about your brand, right, then you can send us over to 19keys at 19keys.com, and we'll make sure that, people know about your brand every day that we wake up. Right, so here's a secret to making sure that your email is read, no matter who you sending the email to, especially if you want to do business with them. The title of the email should be your budget. The title of the email should be your budget. Imagine if all the emails were 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. So now you're jumping into this email knowing what the monetary value of the opportunity that you're about to open, right? Everybody 100% is going to open every one of those emails that start off with the title as the budget. So this is the subject matter. 10,000, what this about? 20, 100,000, let me see what they talking about. That might not even be the worth of it. It may be even bigger, right? But at least put the value in there. I promise you, you can do that, and you can send that to any celebrity in the world, any business in the world, anybody in the world. You want to do business with them? Put the opportunity in the subject line. All right. Now let's get to it.
I feel like we already broke down the music aspect of the output to me just having a conversation. But I want to get off here to the fashion side of output. So, Andre, he used to wear wigs, jumpsuits and flamboyant accessories and whatnot. And some people would negatively say that he impacted hip-hop culture as far as like masculinity, making it less hard. But some people would say he expanded the boundaries of what rappers could wear. So I want to know what's your take on his sensibility. Did he push hip-hop in the wrong direction, or did he move the culture forward by redefining the standards?
This is a tough question. I like Andre 3000. But he was getting too progressive for me towards the end of his career. And when I say end of his career, I'm talking about when he started to, when he started to fizzle out and he kind of disappeared from the space. I was concerned. I was concerned because he was wearing the kilts, which we know as skirts, The flamboyancy was going to another level, and it didn't feel like hip hop, and it felt so contrast to Big Boy, right? And I remember used to feeling like, damn, I used to always think, I wonder what Big Boy think. You know what I'm saying? Like, does Big Boy not like this? Maybe that could have been the reason they broke up. Like, hey, bro, you doing a little too much. That ain't my style. We ain't start the game like this. I don't know where everything is going. You know what I mean? Maybe they had those arguments behind the scenes, and that was one of the reasons that, things fell apart. I believe that he's the reason why you got a Young Thug, right? A Young Thug. When Young Thug was doing his dresses and he was doing all of those things that he was doing as his antics, I believe he got that inspiration directly from Andre 3000, right? We seen people like in Atlanta, CeeLo Green wearing a dress, things of that nature. We seen a lot of flamboyancy to where we didn't understand what was happening because this is our favorite artist that's kind of doing left turns. So, yeah, I would say Andre 3000 for all his greatness in music. And he doesn't, as we see him now, he don't wear that. He wear overalls all the time and a small little beanie hat every single day, right? I think that's a sign of why he left the game in the first place. I think part of it was the fashion and the style, and now he like, well, shit, I ain't giving y'all no style. You know what I'm saying? I think the music was appreciated, so I don't think it could have been the music per se, because we love the music. I mean, the album was going diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It was going crazy. So I feel like it had to be a lot with the artistic direction and the expression of where he was taking things. But I can't give him like some single-handed creditness of like ruining hip-hop or anything of that nature, because I think his contribution to hip-hop outweighed, right, his fashion style, because nobody was dressing like Andre 3000, right? Even for years to come, like the streets was never taking cue from Andre 3000 dress code. If anything, we was like, I'll dress like Big Boy and rap like Andre. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they were a group, you had that duality of choice. If both of them was dressing like Andre 3000, it would have went overboard, right? But we was like, that's my favorite group, but I'm on Big Boy type personality. But the style of Andre 3000, his actual skill set was impeccable, right? So I don't think he had that influence on style and culture. I think for those who, wanted that more progressive fashion, then they probably adapted towards it. But you didn't see somebody in hip hop do that for years later until we got Andre 3000. And then, you had we got Young Thug. You had the A$AP Rockies and things of that nature, and they still do that to this day. And then, of course, you had Kanye. He came out with the kilt on and things of that nature.
So the other day, we was in Atlanta, stepped into the Drake concert. I want you to tell me about your experience on that. Have you even talked about that yet with the people or not?
Oh, no. So I went to the Drake concert. Shout out to bro that got us into it. You know what I'm saying? So we go in there. It was an amazing situation that was set up, I would say. We go through the back, right? As soon as we walk in, we see Drake. Drake looks, and it looked like he seen God. And he was like, what's up, basically? And he was literally on his way to the stage. So we came in perfect time and perfect rhythm. So he say, what's up? We go through the metal detectors. Then we go to a little VIP situation because we had the passes where you can walk wherever you want to pretty much. So first of all, it was love. Shout out to Drake and his team, right, for extending that energy of allowing us to be able to move how we supposed to move when we go through places. The concert had a lot of different elements to it. Some stuff I didn't understand. The Peter Pan thing, I didn't understand that. I can give my breakdown of what I think of like Peter Pan, which is like this. Peter Pan is the boy phase, right? It's the phase where you're not prepared for the world, right? And there's a Peter Pan syndrome where young men, right, get stuck in this imaginative phase of life where they don't really live out their potential. They get stuck in their fantasies. And they're not prepared for the world. They need to be protected from the world. And it makes them go back to their parents. And they never really become men. And for me, that's what I thought of when I seen the Peter Pan swirling around. Right? But it was about a time when it was showing him as a child. And he was in bed watching these programmings. Right? So I don't know if that was his imagining. I don't know if it was a ritual. I don't know if he was saying that this is when I was a boy going into a man, right? I can't remember what the set list was right after that to really give that kind of breakdown and observation. But he had things like giant sperms floating around in the air and wedding dresses, and 21 Savage come out and they got like the Reaper Man, and there was a lot of stuff going on. They had the Virgil playing, you know what I'm saying? Virgil there in spirit. It was a lot going on. I can't say I really understood the theatrics of it. The theatrics to me didn't really match the music, right? That part, I was just like.
What about the people in the arena though? You think like he held everyone's attention, or do you?
Oh, for sure, he killed it with the performance.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Drake is one of the greatest artists of all time, right? Whether you have him on your list or not, he's on the list. He's that artist. You don't have to put Drake on your personal list, but on the all-time list, he's there. Whatever run you want to put him, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, whatever you put him, a person can justify it, right? Whether you have Jordan in your all-time list, it don't matter. When you talk about the all-time greats in basketball, he's there. That's how Drake is. So his performance was great in the sense that he was able to capture the crowd. He was able to hold their attention. You can tell that there was people in there crying. And I'm not just talking about the AI where he was putting it on people's face and they put the crying meme on them, which was incredible usage of AI blending into the entertainment. But it was, I remember my first song that I liked of Drake was Successful. The first one I heard of him was Ransom. You know what I'm saying? A, B, C, D. He had that rhyme scheme, bro. Jason from college introduced me to it. I'm like, who is this keeping up with Wayne on the track? I was surprised. I'm like, why is he keeping up? He was gas. And of course Wayne come with the lighter flick and do what he do, but I'm like, who the hell is this? I didn't even know it was a light-skinned dude on the other side of the audio. Right? So Drake, ever since then, he ain't had no bad verses.
Speaking of Wayne, he just had a birthday the other day. He turned 44.
Yeah.
And we was riding one day listening to the new album, the Fix Before the Six, as I should call it. That's what the title is. And what are your thoughts on that? On that mixtape, I should call it.
I didn't like it. I think it was trash.
Why so?
Because it ain't had no theme, it ain't had nothing to it. It was just a bunch of random sounds. And first of all, Wayne is the greatest rapper of all time. I don't care. You take that how you want to take it. I listened to that last verse he had on that song with Tyga, and he came out going crazy. He said, "I need my money, like Riri, ASAP." I said, "Oh, slow down, Wayne. You doing too much." Wayne is like 60 years old, and he's still out rapping everybody. Full of funyuns. He is going crazy. So Wayne, as a rap god, he's there. He's at the Mount Olympus. Now, as a song god in modern day, he don't have that because, and I think the reason why is that we not hearing Wayne really give his perspective on reality in his life. We hear a bunch of analogies compiled in a masterful way a lot of times. And then when he experiments with sounds, he goes overboard in his experimentation and it doesn't seem streamlined, right? So we start hearing sounds that we didn't ask for, right? And it's like, that's not what we want to hear. Like Andre 3000, when he experimented with sounds, it was like, I didn't know we needed this. When Wayne experimented with sounds, it's like, bro, we really didn't need this. And I know we didn't need this. You know what I'm saying? It's a different formula. We know he got the talent, but I feel like I need to see Wayne work with great producers and A&R in order to give him better streamline of thought. And I believe that an artist is a reflection of who they're around. So you can really tell, to me, who's around that artist by the type of music they make, because it's going to influence and inspire them when they get into the studio. And, the talent of Wayne never disappeared, but the artistry of Wayne, the musicality of Wayne is not the same that it used to be. It's kind of waning out a little bit, right? So it doesn't make me excited for this new Carter that's coming up after hearing that one. I thought I would have been excited after getting a little dose of it, but if it was just that verse that I heard on Tyga's song, that would have made me excited to hear Carter. But once I heard the whole project, I'm like, bro, this is the same sounds we didn't like when you heard them the first time. You know what I mean? So shout out to Wayne. Like I was saying about Drake, Successful was like one of the songs that got me through some times. You know, when I was like really getting on my hustle, Killer with him and Nipsey Hussle early in the days. You know, those are songs like connected to the nostalgia of that time. And a lot of reasons why a lot of artists today, you know, well, I should put it like this. We like a lot of the music that we grew up on for a reason. Because it was connected to the feelings we was going through at that time. Right? So it's like 50 Cent is touring and doing an all-time tour right now. I remember what it was like to first hear 50. I remember the nostalgia of it. So if I go to his concert today, that same nostalgia fits. A lot of times new music that we hear is not whack. It's just we have no connection of nostalgia to it, and we think the music of our era is better than the music of today, because I believe it's around 25 or so where like your taste for music changes. You have like a solid LinkedIn taste for music based on the music of your era, right? So if the music that you listened to when you was growing up, when you was going through adolescence, puberty, all these different changes, issues, struggles, mindset, development, right? This new music don't sound like that, so you don't have an emotional connection to it. It's not that the new music is whack. It's not nostalgic to you, right? And your brain stops liking new music after a certain age. So it's like your taste basically kind of gets locked in sometimes. So, you know, I think that that's what it's about. And this is why a lot of artists take samples and they take old songs and they remix it. Because those old songs already have an audience connected to the nostalgia of that sound.
So, there's only a few rappers, you know, speaking of being connected to the music that we love. For an example, that whole longevity. You got the Jay-Z's and the Snoop Dogg's and that. But Nas just dropped a new album. Let's get into the Nas situation, man. How you think he's still able to evolve with his lyricism and still stay relevant to the culture?
Because Nas has always been relevant to the culture because his subject matter has always been relevant to the culture. See, a lot of these cats, they subject matter ain't never been relevant to the culture. Wayne's subject matter, he ain't never had no real subject matter ever, right? Like Nas was always a standard in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was like Nas was like, he's like the conscious dope boy. You feel me? Like that's his energy that he always held. Nas is not somebody to play with. He ain't never been corny, nothing like that. And he always had positivity within his music, but also he was a playboy. You feel me? Like Nas was the dichotomy, you feel me, of a black man in America, picking up the microphone with extreme skill, versatility, right? But also having consciousness in the wavelengths that he pushed out. And so for him to rap in today's age, all we needed him to do was have the type of beats that we like in today's age with the message that he gives and the skill set that he has. We never lost faith in Nas ever. It's the same thing with Wayne. It's not that we don't think Wayne is talented and he can't make a great album. It's a lot of times about who he made that album with, right? It's the pairing of the talent. And it gets me to this thought, because what him and Hit Boy did was incredible. It gets me to this thought of, I was thinking about this earlier, that artists should really get back to really like what Metro Boomin do with like 21 Savage and things of that nature, and Hit Boy do with Nas, what DJ Drama did for mixtapes. They need to really start sharing the spotlight more with these producers and having these co-collaborative projects with these producers so that the sound and the production of the music plus the skill set of the rapper vocals on top of that production are both what people are going for. So like, and that would require a lot of the producers to be out front more, right? So now it's like when Hit Boy and Nas do a track, I want to listen to it because also Hit Boy is producing it, not just because Nas is on it, right? That's different. So if a lot of these rappers like Wayne, if Wayne was doing an album with Metro Boomin, I can't wait to hear that because I don't know what kind of sounds gonna come out of that, right? If he doing an album with Noah or something, I can't wait to hear that because now it's not only, I know I'm going to get a great production, plus I know Wayne is great at the skill set of rapping, so I know it's going to be a solid project. And I think that rappers can step out of the spotlight of needing to be the face of it and need to have collaborative branding so that the producer tags, their sound, their production has to be a part of like the ear we listen to it for, which is the beats. We know that. A good beat come on, we automatically into the music. you start off with an A and you make it bad from whatever you say after that, right? So I feel like the co-collaboration of producer plus rappers, right, makes these things work. You know what I mean? And so now you going into it with a different feeling, and we're getting real albums out of it. That's y'all ain't take that. Man, listen, if you know an artist, you better have them listen to this. And I'm telling you, I just gave you millions of dollars worth of game.
This is the last question I got for you, man. I want to get this deep one right here. We're going to talk about this J. Cole, NBA YoungBoy.
Oh.
This is
Oh.
Now, I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of undecisive with this because part of me saying, J. Cole, nah, don't respond to him about that because we don't need no more.
Oh.
But another part of me is like, yeah, nah, first off, we need to know how a conscious rapper is supposed to respond in a situation like that. If he's trying to avoid it. And is it just the art of rap, man? It's cool to just have some little subliminals here and there, you know, just for the art of rap. What's your thoughts on this?
It's about, first of all, I've never listened to NBA YoungBoy music like that. My nephew loves him. He got the generation sold up.
Yeah.
They go, hey.
His fans, remember his fans run up on Anthony.
What they say, why be better? That's what they say. They don't care what you put out, they gonna say, why be better?
Yeah.
And they gonna come up with a reason why you whack and why be better. That's his fan base. What he's built, nobody else has built that. You know what I'm saying? He got a stand club like Beyonce. That boy he done changed the game. And the establishment don't like that boy because he be independent with his movements a lot. Now this is interesting though. Cole, first of all, Cole deserves a lot of flowers. He's the best rapper right now. He is to me. Cole is I'm going to say him and Nas right now. As far as rapping, but as far as the younger generation, Cole is the best rapper rapping right now. Every time he jumps on the track, he's spinning on that track. When he jumped on that Lil Durk track, spent on it. That Bia track, spent on it. Cole ain't coming to play no games right now. He's on a rampage. And when you're on that rampage, he's bringing that old feeling of, bro, I'm not coming to be nice, right? I'm not coming to play with y'all. I'm letting y'all know I'm the best that ever did it. He's on his Kobe Mamba mentality right now. I love to see it. And Cole, in my book, ain't never did nothing weird.
Yeah.
And I respect and got a lot of love for Cole for that reason, because I ain't seen him do nothing weird. I ain't seen him bow down on his values. He always stood on principle in all of his music, and he's always made solid music that you can listen to, and it's not influencing damaging behavior. It is culture music, because a lot of rappers make anti-culture music, right? So he always said that I'm not going to dish you for no clout. He said, I ain't going to dish you because my name not bouncing right now and the money not right. He gave a list of reasons he not going to dish you. So I feel like Cole must have felt like it was needed to respond, partly because when you going for that number one spot, see, a lion doesn't turn around to bark at a dog. If a dog is barking at a lion, he go keep walking. Why? Because he know that lion, that damn dog can't do nothing to him. But if another lion is roaring at you, you got to turn around and see about that, right? I think the response was a level of respect at the same time, saying that, boy, listen, I know you a lion. I know you got your fan base, but listen, I'm coming to be the king of the jungle here. Regardless of what you got going on, I'm going to let it be known I'm top tier. And I'm fearless. You know what I mean? What I be afraid for? What I'm going to stand down for? They need to see somebody that stand on truth, stand on business at the same time. And I feel like Cole felt like that representation was necessary for this era of time. He felt like he had to show demonstration, like, bruh, I'm not just talking to y'all rap, I'm talking to everybody, right? And if I want to address a man like a man, then we go have that conversation as well. I think it's his way of conflict resolution is saying that just because he put out a positive message don't mean that he has to bow down when it's time for him to stand on business, right? I don't think it's going to go anything beyond the music, right? So, I think that was just J. Cole standing on business. And YB gonna always do what YB do. He probably gonna have a whole album dissing J. Cole. So we'll see what happens in hip hop.
Well, I guess we can end up with some tech real quick. This is some tech hip hop shit. Do you think AI can coexist with hip hop? You know, they are calling the rappers with the AI, but do you think it can? Do you think that space can exist with hip hop still being out, even with the rappers being alive? You know, or you think it's just a phase right now?
AI is not a phase. AI is a technology. Oh, with hip hop.
With these artists' voices.
Look at auto-tune. Right? Before there was auto-tune, there was, before even there was Pro Tools, right? Artists would have to sit with a live band and record music, real vocals. If you sung, you had to really know how to sing, right? Then you had artists with the funkadelic movements and things of that nature. They start utilizing the machines to where they was able to start, adding in these different weird techno sounds. One would have looked at that and said, that's just a trend. That ain't gonna catch on. Jay-Z tried to kill the auto-tune movement. It didn't go nowhere. Once the technology is invented, it can't be uninvented, right? Just like AI. AI will be a mainstay in technology usage in the studio. Whether it's to clean up vocals, whether it's to curve certain things, whether it's to pull down, lyrics, right? Because what is a songwriter? Songwriter creates something catchy. But if the DNA of that songwriter is embedded into that AI, and then that AI can do it, and then that AI gives you a track reference, and you go in there and do the real thing, that's still using AI, however you do it. AI is going to be constantly embedded into this process even more and more and more. What I see for the future of the AI, right, is that AI is going to have its bubble moment. Yes, that's what all technology. That doesn't mean AI is a bubble. That's different, right? Every technology goes through a boom and bust cycle. It goes through a cycle of wild adoption, overusage, right? And then that usage can't be sustained, right? Because it's not validated by real use case and value. And then it booms. It's no longer the hottest thing. People moving on to something else. And then it becomes standard, right? And it's adopted in the background. At a point where auto-tune was everywhere, right? When T-Pain was doing it. And no song you can hear, they was going crazy. Too much auto-tune. Now, you don't realize it's auto-tune because it's just normal, right? It's just normal. You don't think, he good using that auto-tune. Like, no, he harmonizing. He's singing. That's what you think now. You don't think auto-tune. Why? Because now even the microphones at live show can have the auto-tune in it. So you would never know, right? So auto-tune is the future of music the way face filters are for social media, right? So with the AI, I see in the future and why everybody's getting their catalogs bought up, AI has an ability to make artists extremely wealthy. First of all, I always look at the pros and cons, right? The pros and cons of the AI, number one, the cons of it is that, people stealing your people stealing your intellectual property, music that don't have a soul to it, spiritless music. But then one would say, when the hell did music have soul in the last decade? When rap was a soulful thing. You know what I'm saying? Soul music has been gone for a long time on this planet, right? So to say that AI is making soulless music, that's like, telling me McDonald's is unhealthy. Right? But it's like all fast food is unhealthy, and rap right now is fast food in the music industry, right? You're just making something for quick consumption. Now, where I say the pros, and it can make a lot of people healthy, especially estates of dead rappers, late rappers, I should say. If the estate decides to do a Tupac AI album, right, based on composing a Tupac AI, maybe you wouldn't listen to it because you feel like you from that old school. But let's say if that damn Pac come with a hit, you think the next generation cares about what you care about of why, you want to maintain this classic feel of music when they already listen to soulless music? These boys talking about they on demon mode. Where's the soul in that? And they listen to these guys, right? Doja Cat comes out talking about she on demon time, and her stuff is number one on the Billboard. Where's the soul in that? So if AI makes that kind of music, what's the differentiation between people who don't have a standard for music in the first place? Now, how it can be a pro for them, as I was saying, is that if a Tupac song did become a TikTok sensation or a hit, guess who benefits? The estate, his family, right? The people who own that. So what if that's not the case? What if Drake decides to say, hey, kind of like this AI stuff. How about I open up my IP and I'll let anybody make a Drake song. But I need 80% of the revenue if you do. So imagine if 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, goddamn, start making Drake songs, adding in Drake lyrics, Drake ad-libs, verses, hooks, right? All of a sudden, this Drake IP is worth billions because it's not about one song being a hit. It's about people having personalized catalogs. And as long as they having to put it on these streaming platforms, then he's getting paid every time it's streamed. So whether he's making it or it's being made, he's getting paid. Right? So I think that there's a future in the same way we utilize samples, a future in the same way we utilize beats, that artists' IP will be embedded into that as licensing to the public so that, you know, every time it's used, they can get paid.
Okay. So now I want to switch lanes. Talk about hip hop. Let's get into the politics. Let's talk about the government shutdown. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, them government ain't that damn shut down yet, man. They've been every year they talking about shut down, man. They ain't shut down yet. Anyway, listen. The game is already watered down. Sexy Red is hot in the streets. I'm trying to understand, like, every concern that I hear people say, it's already happening. It's already happened. Watered down the game? Where's the standard for the game? Show me. Show me where the hip-hop standard, and I'm talking about for the industry and mainstream. There aren't none. Every concern that you have about hip-hop has already happened. It's already happened, folks. It's already here. Sorry to bust your bubble. I don't know if you knew that, but it's already happened. It's over. It's already happened. Pooh got new music out. 19 Keys got new music coming. Don't worry about it. You can feel safe now. It's been 19 Keys Radio. Make sure y'all tap in for more. 19 Keys, high frequency and high vibrations. Peace. I'm back. All right, anyway, send me the email, 19keys at 19keys.com. Let me know. You can want to be a sponsor for 19 Keys podcast. You want to be a sponsor, tap in. It's going to be crazy. Peace.